Hey everyone, welcome to a quick review for the Mossy Oak 14-inch Bowie knife. It has a slightly longer title on Amazon, but that's the basics of it. So here, let's just show off the sheath real quick. It's got double buttons here. That seems a little unnecessary to me, and I don't know if it's as a result of the double buttons, but yeah, the belt loop has this weird center part there. So this whole thing isn't a belt loop, and the belt loop itself is actually quite small as a result of that little button there. But the sheath, I mean, it seems like leather, but it's definitely cheap leather. But it's really well put together. I mean, you know, it's not super stiff or anything, but yeah, I think you could use this for a little while. But the sheath is one thing. The knife itself is something completely different. So this is a 3CR13 steel. It is absolutely full tang, and it does not get thinner as it goes into the handle. And the handle is a rosewood, and it actually has usually with cheaper knives like this, you might see just the handle. It's just basically two sticks, and they just plop it on the side. But it's cut like that to fit your hand, and has the angles coming out. That also makes it ambidextrous, which is really nice. Yeah, so I think this is brass. It seems like it because it's stained like brass does for me a few times. So I would say with this knife, really the number one thing you're getting is just that 3CR13 with a decent thickness, which means good edge retention, very easy to sharpen, very good corrosion resistance, which of course works with this aesthetic. They're obviously going for the wood handle and the classic steel aesthetic. So it's basically the perfect steel for this application. And, you know, tried it on some brushes, just whizzed right through them, and tried smacking it on a branch a couple times. As you could tell, absolutely no rolls or anything, and it took an edge right back, and it barely even lost its edge when I was really smacking that branch with this thing. For more like light applications like whittling or something, I mean, yeah, it's a little big for that, but you can still do it. I mean, you can get a good angle on there for more precise cutting, but when it comes to like slashing things, bashing things, I mean, this thing was solid too. I hit the pommel, it was very solid as well. I'm not sure how this brass is fitted on there though, so that's a bit of a worry. And another small complaint, just two little rivets, and they are certainly little. But I got this for $20, and I would say at that price point, it's just the perfect starter Bowie knife. It's not, I wouldn't say it's like the only one you'd ever need. That would probably be a different steel with a different handle. But in terms of aesthetics and usability to price, I mean, I've yet to find one that's as good as this. So I mean, just really, if you want like a starter Bowie knife that still has some real world applications and looks very good, I would say this looks a lot better than you know, maybe like the $50, $40 slightly smaller Bowie knives. I mean, this looks a lot better than them. They're all just like black with a plastic handle. This looks a lot nicer, still very usable in the real world, and at a nearly unbeatable price. I would say $25 to $20. I would give this a 5-star, but you know, anything over 25, if you get closer to 30, then it's just like, okay, maybe you could probably spring for a nicer brand in that situation. But for 25 and under, I mean, you really can't go wrong with this thing. I would give it a 5-star.